Buongiorno amici and welcome back to another fun video. A few of you who already follow me on Instagram already know that I was planning my trip to India right after the Boxing Day, that is on the 27th of December, and I've been planning this for quite a while now. Probably I booked my ticket sometime around the month of September. So it's been quite a while that I've been planning this trip, but today we are flying finally to India. But the last 1 week has been completely stressful for me, and I would say one of the most stressful weeks of my life. Why is because there was a lot of COVID chaos, not only in the UK, but also a lot of activity going on in India as well, which I'll go through for in the next part of the video. But yeah, today is the 27th. I am shifting out of my house. I'm taking everything to my cousin's place. I'm going to keep it there for a month while I'm in India. And then once I come back, I've already finalized a new apartment, and I'll be shifting into the new apartment on the 26th of January when I'm back. But yeah, it's almost 12 and I have finally got my stuff at my brother's place. This is not actually all the stuff that I've got. There is still a lot of things that still need to come. But yeah, I would say cumulatively 75% of the stuff is already here, and the rest of the stuff I'm anyway taking to India. So yeah, I've done with my shifting. I'll put off some memory videos of my last day in that house. And I really feel that house was really so welcoming, and I felt that was like my house, even though I was just renting a room in it. But yeah, I would just like to say it's just mostly because of the amazing roommates or the housemates that I got there. Anywho, I am gonna have some food. Need to get some chocolates from the groceries below, and then I'm just gonna probably either book a cab or take a bus depending on my mood. But let's see, I have 3 bags and a laptop bag, so I think it would be a little bit frustrating to take a bus. But yeah, let's see in the evening. And the room is finally empty. Took a lot of time. Goodbye room. Goodbye. Bye bye. See you next year. Bye bye. And it's 5:30. My flight is for 9:05. I'm done with all the preliminary checks. I've filled in all the forms, done a PCR negative, and I've uploaded that on the portal as well. Done web check-in. I just need to now go check in my bags, go through the security, go to the boarding gate, and just chill. I'm planning to go 3 hours early, like 3 hours before my departure time, primarily because I think there's going to be a little bit rush, because I'm going pretty peak. 27th December is like the cheapest flight that I got after Christmas, so I think a lot of people are going to be flying today. So yeah, just to be sure, just to be safe, I'm going to go there 3 hours before. But yeah, let's get all the bags ready. I'm inclined towards taking the bus, but let's check the cab prices, and if the cab is like pretty cheap, then I'm probably going to go with the cab. But yeah, let's get ready, go downstairs, and go to the airport. Let's go through the security, check out the duty-free section, and start with the boarding process. Vistara broke my bag again. this time it's pretty brutal. This wheel goes down here. So I had to go through the entire process of claiming a replacement and a damage report, and now I'm waiting here outside because they are sending one staff member with a wrap, because I don't think in this condition this bag is going to make it to Pune, and it has a lot of my stuff. So yeah, so that's why I'm now here waiting for some person to provide me with some wrapping, and then we can wrap this bag and then continue our journey. Luckily my flight to Pune has been delayed by 3 hours, so I now have ample amount of time for all these things. Right, so now I'll quickly walk you guys through what exactly happened in the past 1 week, which made my week so stressful and chaotic. So originally my plan was I was going to fly on the 27th, and I was supposed to leave my accommodation on the very same day and put all my stuff at my brother's place, and then once I'm back on the 25th of January, I was supposed to shift into my new accommodation on the 26th. So I was in the process of moving everything for the past couple of days, and because I was flying on the 27th, I decided that I'll start like a semi-isolation kind of a thing, or a restriction for myself or to my social interactions, like bar salsa, going to crowded environments in central London, just so that the probability of me getting COVID would be less. So I started my semi-isolation on the 17th of December. Everything was going well as per the plan. I was excited, started my shopping, started getting things for my friends and family in India. And then on the 23rd morning, I get a message from one of my housemates that she tested positive for 2 lateral flow tests in a row. And that caused basically a very big panic, because it was just 4 days before my travel time, and I had to go through a regime of testing ahead of me. And if I would have tested positive anywhere in that period, I would theoretically be homeless and be COVID positive in the UK. So yeah, that would have been fun. But anyway, on the 23rd, once I found out that she was positive, I booked an RT-PCR test for myself. I booked an RT-PCR test for her. We went through the walk-in centers nearby. We got ourselves tested. On the 24th, the test results came back and we tested negative, thankfully. But I still had some kind of a thought process in my mind where I felt that somewhere back of the mind, I was still feeling that I still might be in the incubation period, but some part of me was also telling me that the lateral flow tests are not so accurate, so it may not be something. It may just be a false positive or something like that. But yeah, I was in that thought process for the entire time. And then on the 25th, I found out that my parents back in India, they tested positive and they had all the symptoms for COVID. They had a sore throat, they had cough, they had fever, they had everything. So that was a bit concerning. And my grandparents who stay with my parents in India, we shifted them just so that we are cautious that they won't get infected because of the same infection. We shifted them to my aunt's place, and I was gonna go to my brother's place to stay for a few days until they test negative once I'm here. So that's something that happened on the 25th. On the 26th, I had scheduled in my fit to fly, which is the pre-departure RT-PCR test that you need to do 72 hours prior before you can fly to India. So I booked that on the 26th. Thankfully, that came back negative on the very same day. It was a big relief for me. On the 27th, I was just shifting everything else, like just shifting everything that was remaining to my brother's place, and I was getting ready for the flight. On the 27th morning, I found out that my grandparents tested positive as well, and my brother, whose place I was going to stay at, he had already come in contact with them, and which caused again some chaos or some panic, and we were in the entire thing. But I was like, I need to shift, I need to go through like the flight, I need to think about this. Lots of stress. But anyway, on the 27th I boarded my flight. I flew to Delhi. I did all the documentation beforehand. Arrived Delhi, and I got a call from my brother that he wanted to do a PCR test because he had come into contact and he didn't want to spread that again to other people, to me as well. So he decided that he would do a PCR test before I can come home, just to be safe. And I called one of my friends as a backup to the airport to pick me up, just in case my brother tests positive, because he had actually come in contact with them. So that's what happened on 28th. I did an RT-PCR test at the airport at the same time, because we are supposed to do an RT-PCR test and wait for the results to come. Thankfully, I had a stop of 6 hours, so that took most of my time waiting for the RT-PCR results to come back. Once the results were back, I went through immigration, took my baggage, got a big blow where my bag was broken by Vistara. Had to file a complaint, had to look for other things, like I had to wrap the bag with a proper wrapping paper because it was a complete disaster, and I had real doubts that the bag won't be able to travel in one piece from Delhi to Pune. So went through all that process, chaotic, but then finally went to the boarding gates, rested for some time, and then boarded the flight to Pune. Once I landed to Pune, I got a call from my brother that he had tested negative and everything was good, thankfully. And I asked my friend who had come to pick me up to drop me at my brother's place. I went to my brother's place. I was staying there for a week, and on the 3rd of January, once everyone at my house had tested negative and there was no chance of any infections coming to me, I finally shifted to my own place on the 3rd of January and met my parents for the first time after almost one year, 2 months. But yeah, that's pretty much what my week looked like, and it was so stressful. But yeah, it was all a fun moment and a fun week that I experienced. And that brings us to the end of today's video, and I'm finally gonna go and sleep. It's almost 2 a.m. and we were just like chit-chatting because I met a lot of people after a very long amount of time. I think a little over a year. So yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please leave a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video very soon. Till then, stay safe, take care, and have an amazing day.